So to me, until we become better examiners of the people who we get information from, we really take, like I would vote if I thought that
it was gonna do something.
People took it seriously. Like if I thought that you would really, if the person that was in office was really about changing the conditions of all people. See, it says it teach knowledge and wisdom to all human families of the planet Earth, not a select group. Like, civilization is to teach knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and culture and refinement to all human families of the planet Earth. Like, it's amazing. But this is, all this that's taking place now, like there's a reason why people feel the way they do in their mind in regards to blacks. You didn't just wake up one day and you was like that. Somebody taught that to you.
Right.
And somebody taught that to the person that taught that to you. And somebody taught that person to, and it goes back and back and back. And I remember reading in Ancient Future where he actually gave the first documented cases of racism, and that was between the Aryans and the Dravidian people of India. And I know you heard the stories about Muhammad Gandhi, he didn't stand for them, and you know what I mean, they were enslaved. But I told you I had watched that movie. I can't remember the name of it. A bunch of Americans, I think a couple Canadians, went to this hotel in India, and they were going there to retire. And the people that owned the hotel, they were trying to fix it up, and you know what I mean. It was a good little movie. And there's a scene in there where there's a black girl and she's sweeping, and one of the older ladies speaks to her, and she doesn't respond. And she said, you know, I've been here for 3 years and she's never spoken to me. Every time I speak to her, she won't speak. And the lady sitting next to her, she said, because she's been taught that even her shadow is polluted. That was one of the laws of Mama that comes directly out of India. These were the laws that were used to oppress those particular people in that region of the world. And it's sad. So when she said it, because I had read that, I knew exactly what she was talking about. Mm-hmm. So you could convince a people that they're inferior. You can convince them that they're less than what they are if you constantly tell them. If you constantly tell them that, they start to believe it.
You hear it enough. If you hear it enough.
That's why they keep talking about the white race is the pure race, the white race is this, the white race is that.
White doesn't mean
They're
pure.
They're convincing themselves.
Yeah, true.
Come on, man. You hate black people, but you run out in the sun in the summertime to get a tan, to get darker.
And then you burn up.
Even when the sun rejects you.
You still be out there.
That's part of the reason why the people hate us so much. And this goes back into antiquity, because the sun has always been revered as the center of our existence.
Mm-hmm.
Without his heat and energy, ain't nothing shaking it.
Right.
So for us, even somebody as high y'all is, when you watch how dark I get this sun,
yeah,
I always do. Because it just kisses our skin, man.
But we help the sun as much as the sun helps us.
Absolutely. Because
and they don't have.
It's about give and take, not
right.
just about taking.
Right.
I wonder why I give a homeless person $5, or I buy somebody something to eat. I give away a lot. And you should. You should give away a lot. Especially when a circumstance is good to you. And it enables you. You know how you use that? Like
yeah.
With the dogs? Yeah. Same thing. It's nothing wrong with doing good things for people, man.
It's just that they've made everybody seem like trying to get their humanity out of them to be so barbaric as they are.
But they only promote things specifically for us that show us in a negative light. When I was in the Wawa earlier in line, it was a young cat and he had a shirt on and it said savage.
Right.
Like, we always take these words that really on us: dirty, shiesty, gritty, greasy, like a savage. Like, bro, there's no way in the world I'm calling myself a savage. And this is why your girl got the #1 song. Because she got all these little young girls running around acting like savages. And the core knowledge teaches a savage is a person who has lost all the knowledge of himself and is living a peaceful life.
And she probably knows that. And she probably does.
She probably doesn't.
She probably does. You do not know what them people be doing.
But I'm telling you, she probably doesn't understand the impact of what it is that she's saying and why they're promoting it. It's not because she got a big old behind and she make good music, good beats. She could rap a little bit and everything. But as long as you making music like that, ratchet, greasy, man, they gonna push that shit to no end because we've convinced ourselves that's what we are. And then when it makes manifest, that's why we so savage in the street. When you get a city that got 400 murders in it, man, listen.
Something's gotta stop.
400 murders. Every day somebody gets murdered over something. That's not good.
But you know why that is.
Why is that?
Poverty.
That's
why. Poverty. It's so bad. And it's like, just like remember the video I was showing you earlier? And she's like, why do people have to feel so low? There's no reason people should feel so low that they have to go through a broken window and have to steal something. Like, it shouldn't be that way, but it is.
I think we need to be more organized with it. That's really the direction I thought she was going. And we're gonna ride, but I mean, shit, let's get some money. Yeah, we're gonna have dudes specifically designed to do. When shit pop, your job is to hit all these jewelry stores, anything of value. And then you'll take it to a secure location and we'll break down. Because these nations haven't been built
on being peaceful.
On being honest.
Yeah.
Don't get that twisted. None of these empires, and specifically none of these fortunes. Most of these fortunes, this old money, man, they built that on the backs of black people, man. So why not? If y'all not gonna give us reparations, we gonna take them. That's what y'all don't understand, man. Our strength always gonna be in numbers. And when you heard the sister say that we can outnumber these people in a couple years, that's gonna be a problem.
We already outnumbered them. Yeah. That's the problem.
And they know that.
Yeah.
And they still using that word minority. Come on, man. You people,
how are we a minority?
People minus birth rate, man.
They can't. Their women don't want to produce.
If I go to St. Jude's Hospital, man, 95% of them kids in there
sick.
White.
Yep.
And they got these diseases because of
their body.
It's their blood, man.
Yeah.
It's their blood. That's why they really don't play no games with their bloodlines.
Yeah, they'll keep it.
They're very particular in who they mate with, based on gentry and other things. Like they care about that. That's important to them. See, we can get together, we can make a baby, man.
And
that baby can go through some of the harshest conditions and endure and be remarkable. That's one of our gifts. So that ain't, if you do not at least attempt to negotiate,
they're not going to.
And we gonna take it. And it might not be today and it might not be tomorrow. It's definitely coming. I'm telling you, because young people will always be the signature of change. That's just the way it is. And all these old values that all these old white folks hold, their great-great-grandchildren don't feel like that. You know why? They're always around black people. They listen to black people music. They wear black people clothes. You know what I mean? They have an understanding that it's about all the human families of the planet Earth. Fuck white privilege. Why shouldn't I be on the same level field as this dude?
I make the same amount of money you'd make, but
I'm just saying,
like our skin is a weapon. That's what it is.
Like from when we're born, why shouldn't the playing field be level? If you're telling me that you're better than me genetically, and that's basically what you try to get all your scientists to advocate, then why not level the playing field? I mean, shit, if you're more intelligent than me, you shouldn't have no problem whooping me at anything. But the problem is that's a lie.
Yeah.
And you know it's a lie. This is why you're constantly stealing and manipulating and pillaging, because it's what we got that you want. And the thing about it, the only way you can ever get it is if you take it, because it's just not a part of you.
Right.
You can't all of a sudden get melanin. Let me see you develop. What did you remember you was telling me that?
They have the pill.
Man, listen.
They have the pill. I'm telling you. They
and
had the injections.
Side effect, that shit gonna turn into a leprosy.
They have injections. You ain't see that fucking white bitch from Sweden?
Mm-hmm.
Her whole she's black as shit now. Black as oh my god.
But I thought y'all hated black people, so what y'all want to be black for?
Now she went and got big boobs and everything. She went and did the most. I'm gonna show you a picture of it.
In a child's nature.
I love when you say that.
To wanna be like its pound. And they ain't gotta agree with it as long as they scientists know it. See, there's one thing that's like, you could say one thing in public, but you can be thinking something completely different. That's kind of, for the most part,
it's not kind
that's the dynamic of American democracy anyway. Look what them people over there doing. Come on, we're gonna take care of this over there. Don't worry about it now. So long as
it's like what you do with a kid. You give them a distraction.
And we're distracted by everything.
Because we don't know what to focus on.
Right now, Siri's recording everything I said.
Right. Waiting for you to say her name.
Apple computer is tied into the government, and then any trigger words, any conversation that you have will go directly either to the CIA or the National Security Agency and be put on file. They know who's saying it. They know. Man, I figured this out a long time ago. These people know who's who.
Mm-hmm.
Like they may think like they know me. When they incorporated that gang unit shit, they already had everybody's information on file. So as soon as you did something, they already knew who you were. People come on my cell, I go out the yard. I was in Bordentown, Assay. I go out in the yard for rec. I come in, police don't went through my photo album. I got a universal flag on my joint, which was considered contraband, with my babies around it. Man, them people took the flag, sent me to the gang unit, and that was the end. Already knew who I was and everything, name, all that information. That's what they do.
They ask you, do you allow us to take cookies? Meaning, they can take pieces of whatever you say. So they can. It says it's for like if you say Siri or whatever to do it, but Facebook does it too. Facebook
but they
does
just
it
started
too.
recently doing that.
What?
Facebook.
No, they've been doing that.
Because I was under the understanding that the dude that owns them was like, nah.
He's so fucking scared. He's so scared of them people. You could have seen that. If you could have seen that.
Well, what happened is he got
did a
fucked
video.
around because people's information started going out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't, it got so big so fast.
Mm-hmm.
That
it wasn't. It was just like MySpace. He thought. I guess because at first, both of them was out. MySpace and Facebook was out at the same time. Except for Facebook was for college kids. That's what Facebook was for.
Mm-hmm.
And then MySpace got dead, and everybody started on Facebook.
Motherfuckers track everything you do.
Yep. And you give them permission to do it.
And I mean, I'll be looking at it like, man, I be adamant when I say that. even though I don't do reckless shit, like, I really don't care. Because when you come to the reality that you're gonna be behind that 8 ball. If you black, criminal record, man, you gonna be, man, no, what the fuck do I look like this? 50 years old, going out here trying to work on one of these construction sites, lifting and carrying boards and all that other shit. You got a system in place, man, that's by design, man. And Michelle Alexander speaks about that in her book thoroughly and extensively in the new Jim Crow, where, you know, once you get these felonies, that's what allows them to keep you from getting housing, to keep you from getting jobs. If you ain't got a place to stay and you ain't got a job to provide for your family and feed yourself, you are fucking screwed.
What are you supposed to do?
Sell dope, so you can go back to jail and they can make money off you that way. They've been making money off me my whole life. But what they don't realize is that those institutions are what breathed in me what I breathed in my children. See?
So it's a whole nother generation.
Yeah, like
it's like a whole nother generation that's not taking no shit.
That think like certain people.
Mm-hmm.
This is why when they used to have these wars, these little crusades, they kill everybody. You ain't gonna come back 30 years from now when you grow up and avenge your father's death. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
So they attack.
Oh, can I pause you for a second? There was a boy that had got arrested for 4 murders after his father had got shot by the police, killed by the police, and they just dropped all his charges yesterday. I'm gonna have to look up.
And I hope he go out there and kill one of them police.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what.
I can't be more honest with that. I actually had a dream that was how I was gonna die.
What, by the police? That's what he said happened about it.
A lethal injection. So I think whatever happens when